Hey guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for joining me today. I'm reviewing and swatching and sharing my thoughts on the beautiful and gorgeous Saint and Sinner eyeshadow palette by Kat Von D. This is her eyeshadow palette for the holiday season, and this is of course limited edition, and Kat Von D is owned by Sephora, so it is a Sephora exclusive brand. So you would be able to find this palette on Sephora.com. It's not sold out yet, but I don't think it's out in the stores yet. Probably you can take a look on the product page on Sephora's website and it will tell you when it might be available. I'm not sure, but you can definitely also purchase this on Kat Von D's website. I think that's katvondbeauty.com. So yeah, this is limited edition and this retails for $62, and as you can see the box is huge, maybe from my shoulder to my head. Yeah. That's the height of the palette, guys. From here to here. So this is a big palette, guys, and it has 24 eyeshadows, and each pan you get 0.04 ounce of product. That's 1 gram, which is close to like a full-size eyeshadow. Just for reference, MAC's full-size eyeshadows carry 0.05 ounces, and here in this palette each pan contains 0.04 ounces, so it's just 0.01 ounce less, so close to like a full-size eyeshadow. So you do get a good quantity in each pan. And Kat Von D itself is a cruelty-free brand and also vegan, so all this product is also vegan. What else? And at the back of the box you see like the shades that you get. On this is the Saint side, where you get like a few lighter shades. You do like get like silvery shade and white shade and everything like that, and also you do get the darker shades are more very muted and dark and deep. Wait, what? Deep, richer, muted shades. The darker shades are very muted and but darker and deeper, and you do get also lighter shades. But on the Sinner side, which is this side, you get a lot of vibrant, like very beautiful shades. As you can see, like a gold, like a red, and then you have like a lime green kind of a shade and purple. So you do get, and also like a beautiful red. So you do get like a vibrant, like pops of color in the Sinner side. The Saint side, you do get deeper colors, of course, but they're all very muted. And then what else? I think that's it, guys, in the box. And $62, you get 24 eyeshadows. Now this is the exact product. I think the shape of the product is like that of like a window in a cathedral window, church cathedral. And I think she visited a few cathedrals and she was inspired by the colors that she saw, the paints in the windows. So I think some of the colors are inspired by the paints that she saw in those glass windows, tinted windows, glass, I don't know. So yeah, and what else? That's it, guys. And in the back it like just shows a name of the shades, not the colors. In the box it shows the colors, but in the actual product it shows the names, and it has like a seal, kind of circular thing. To be honest, the packaging is cardboard. It is sturdy, to be honest. It's not like moving, or it doesn't give when I try to flex it. But this seal, circular seal, kind of came off. Do you see? It's like paper like stuck on the cardboard, I think, and this paper just came off when yeah, so maybe it's not properly sealed. And so yeah, and all of these designs are all hand drawn and designed by Kat Von D herself. I'm not sure how much involvement she has in the formulation and color selection. She said she was inspired, but I don't know how much like she has, but influence she has in the formulation, because she did sell her company to Sephora. But I think all the designs and the drawings, everything, it's 100% her. It's like completely, it's her work. It does come with a mirror, but it just have like a very, like, let me just show you. It just has like this size of mirror on both sides, just in like this a very tiny mirror, just the size. So it's not practical unless you're like holding the palette like this and like you're doing a makeup. You could do that because it's pretty sturdy, but yeah, I'm just saying, otherwise it's hard to like hold the palette like this, like a book, and do your makeup, because it is kind of heavy. But it does come with two mirror on both sides of the opening, the flap, and they are small mirrors definitely. So let's see, and they are flexible because I am folding it. Do you see this? I am folding this thing completely, so it is flexible, so you could just fold it all together and just leave it on the on your table or something like that, and just use another mirror to do your makeup. You could do that as well. So this is the inside of the palette. As you can see on this side, which is the Saint side, you can definitely see there are a lot of light colors, but also deeper colors. This is deeper and this is deeper, and this is also a deeper bronze. You have another deeper color, and all of them are deeper. Not all, there are some darker shades, but all of them are muted and like deep, rich, muted shades. And on this side, which is the Sinner side, you have a lot of pops of color. This is definitely a darker shade, but it like definitely pops on my skin tone. So yeah, and you have like a beautiful vibrant yellow, gold, and stuff like that. So let's get into swatches, guys. Let's not waste any more time, and then let's discuss about the formula and everything. To be honest, I don't think it would really make a difference to swatch Saint side first and Sinner side next, because they're all just colors, to be honest. And yeah, I thought I'd just go row by row, to be honest. But everyone swatches Saint side first and Sinner side next. I just thought I'd go row by row, that's it. The first row, you get two like topper kind of shades. This is Absolution and this is Rapture. Both are those shades where where it has a lot of chunky glitter, and you have to use like a flat shader brush, and they are on the sheerer side. Definitely they are, both shades are sheer, so you have to build it up. But what I observed was, when you use the brush dry, the pigment is still muted, but when you wet your brush, the pigmentation definitely deepens and it looks more richer. But at the same time, it's still sparkly. So I definitely recommend you like wet your brush if you want that rich color, and at the same time you want it to sparkle. But when you use the brush dry, it just sparkles. The color is not as richer, if that makes sense. And then the second row, you have like a beautiful purple shade, and then this is Worship and Immaculate. This is like a very moss green kind of a thing. I wouldn't call this like an olive green, because olive green is a little bit more dirty. This is like a moss green, because this definitely looks like green on my skin. And both are like satin shades. And then this is Sabbath. So those two are like the top row, and then these four are the second row. These four are the second row. This is Sabbath, which is a matte black, and then Ashes is just a color of ashes, which is ashy color, and as the name suggests, it is ashy on my skin tone as well. So I think this will come in handy if you're doing like a cool tone look. You could use this as a transition color. So yeah, to be honest, Ashes did not look very promising in a lot of swatches that I saw online, but it is a beautiful color. It performs really well, and it is a kind of color where they have like green shimmer incorporated in it. It's like a matte eyeshadow with green shimmers, but to be honest, the shimmers, it doesn't translate well when you're blending the eyeshadow on the eyelids. It just goes away. So I would just treat it as like a matte shade as well. So these are the four, this purple and the green and the black and the Ashes color. The next row, you actually have 6 shades. This is like that cool tone bronze, which is called Chalice. Then you have Sacred Heart, which is like a very peach shade. To be honest, peach, which looks peach on my skin tone as well. It's a beautiful shade. And then you have like Amen, which is like you know, like a yellow toned cream. It's a cream color, guys. It's a cream color which has this yellow tone to it. It's a matte shade. And then you have the other three are, this is Martyr. Martyr is actually looks like some mustard yellow, but not so much on my skin tone. It just blends really well into it, so it's a perfect transition shade. And this is Devil. The matte orange is Devil, and this is Revelation. Revelation again is a shade. So this is, I'm sorry, I forgot to show you guys. So this is Revelation and this is Ashes. These two shades are like matte shades with shimmers incorporated in both. So Revelation is like a brown shade with some gold shimmers incorporated in it, and Ashes is like an ash shade with green shimmers. So these two would be perfect for as a transition shade for deeper skin tones. Definitely, they are really good. They blend beautifully in actually. Now this shade, the Devil, this has beautiful pigmentation when you swatch and everything, but I feel it doesn't adhere well to my eyelids. When I just pat the product in my eyes, it applies well, but when go in to blend it, it kind of blends away, which kind of turns me off, because I put effort to actually apply the product, and when I blend it and it just goes away, it like I have to do it again and again, it goes away. So it takes a lot of effort to build it up. I don't know, this, I think the shadow received a good review on from a lot of people, but for me, I don't know, I was a little confused and slightly taken aback when it did not adhere well to my eyelids. It just blended away, so I had to put in extra effort to build that shade up. So let's move on to the next arm, because this is kind of getting full. So this is the third row. I'm sorry, this is the fourth row, and this is Sanctuary. Sanctuary is like a very deep brown mauve shade, which actually is deep. It doesn't look that dark, but if you use it in the outer corner, it is definitely darker, to be honest. And then this is a very very foiled shade, which is Heaven, which is like it's a silver shade, I would say, very with a hint of lilac. So it's a very frosty lilac. It's actually quite pigmented, guys. It's quite pigmented. You don't have to build it up at all. And then this is a very dark brown, black and brown. I think Kat Von D has this black brown in like almost every eyeshadow palette that she does, except for Serpentina, I think. And this is Crucifix, guys. This is Sanctuary, Heaven, and Crucifix. And this is a good shade. All three actually are really nice. And then I have Vestment, which is like a beautiful, this looks so dark, almost black on lighter skin tone, but on my skin it looks like a beautiful forest green. It's really pretty. It's actually very pigmented, and so this shade, and this shade, these three are almost foiled, to be honest, and very pigmented. And then you have this lime green, which is Exodus. So Vestment, Ministry, and Exodus. Exodus again, it is very similar to the orange shade in Formula. It's actually quite pigmented in swatches, and when you deposit color first, it actually it deposits a lot of pigment, but when you blend in, it kind of goes away again. It just blends away. It doesn't adhere well to the skin, so you have to build it up a lot. I would say on my skin tone, a dark skin tone, for it to show up. I have it here, to be honest, but you can't see it very much because like I said, it doesn't adhere well. It looks beautiful in the pan. It just I think it just lifts the whole palette to another level, this shade, right? This and this gold and this these two small rows just makes the palette really special. But I don't know, I was not very impressed by the orange matte and the Exodus shade. Both of them just kind of blended away, and I had to put in a lot of effort. Then final row, guys, we are just coming to the end. This is Cathedral, which is like a gunmetal color, but it has this purple tones to it. It's actually very pigmented, and I would call it a foil shade. And then you have this beautiful color called Rosary, and then you have like almost like a pinkish white shade which is called Baptism. Now the shade Rosary, actually you have another shade which is called Stigmata. This shade and this shade, this and this shade looked so similar on dark skin, on light skin, guys. I was like, there are two very similar shades, but honestly on darker skin they look significantly different. This is definitely more pink, and that is definitely red. Let me show it to you. I'm not sure, but if it will translate well. Oh wait, let me swatch it properly. This is Exorcism. Yeah, I'm sorry, that kind of was not very properly done. Then you have this beautiful foiled yellow gold, and this, yeah. Do you see Stigmata is very red, like a tomato red, and this is definitely like a reddish pink. It's more pink, definitely. Even on the eyes you can tell the difference. So yeah, I'm sorry, these two are the same shades, please don't be confused. It was not a good swatch. So Exorcism, this is Relic and Stigmata. Again, in this row, Exorcism is actually a beautiful shades. I didn't have any problem with the final row except for the purple matte shade. The purple matte shade, personally, again, it was pigmented. When I went in to deposit the color and when I blended it, I was able to move the pigment where I wanted it to with the use of a brush. It moved well, but it left behind harsh lines, and I was not able to blend that harsh lines away. The shadow doesn't blend very well, to be honest. That was slightly a little bit of let down, the purple matte shade. So what I did was I had to use a lighter shade when I was doing that look, the particular look. I had used this as the transition shade, the lime green. So I had to use Exodus over the harsh lines that the purple shade left behind in order to blur it out. So I had to tweak it a little bit, but this shade by itself, when I used a blending brush, it didn't blend like 100%, like completely. I did encounter a slight bit of issue, so I had to like manipulate it a little bit. So yeah, all in all, I think the palette is really good. These are the swatches, guys. I'm sorry it's not like Sing Side, Cinecide. It's just eyeshadows, to be honest, because I don't think these were like hand-picked because this color looks like a saintly color and this color looks like a sinister color. I think they're just arranged just like that for no reason, I feel. So that's why I didn't want to categorize them. I swatched them row by row. So those are the colors. So formula, let's talk formula, guys. Now, to be honest, I had only 3 problematic shades, and they were not very problematic. I think I was even okay with the purple because it did not blend away altogether. I had to like incorporate like a lighter shade to blur out those harsh lines because it did not blend beautifully in the crease. But my only problem was this orange and the lime green, which kind of blended away. That's even more of an issue because you deposit color and you blend, it goes away. Again, you do the same thing over and over again, so it's a little bit frustrating to me. But otherwise, to be honest, I like the quality of the palette. Of course, the true matte shades that you have here are all usually mostly traditional shades. You have like a black, you have this mustard brown, and then you have this black, and then you have this 2 cream shades, which is like, this is yellow based and this is more pink based, and then you have this, what else, you have this black brown. So true mattes are all, and also you have this orange shade. So true mattes are all the traditional shades. So but if you want to like add more like fun colors also in your crease, you could do that, because all of these satin shades are incredibly pigmented, guys. They are really, really good. For example, this shade Worship and this shade Immaculate, they're all satin shades with a very soft shimmer, but you can definitely use them in the crease and blend it out. That's what I did today. I have this shade Immaculate in the out. It's not too deep, but you can, if you have lighter complexion than I have, you can easily use them in the crease, and they actually blend beautifully. It gives a very like satin like look. It just makes your skin look like satin. It's beautiful. And I think I use in one particular look, I use the shade Sacred Heart, this peach shade, as a transition shade itself. That's how I started it, and this shade really looks good. I feel more than on the eyelid, at least for my skin tone, more than on the eyelids, the satin shade looks beautiful in the crease. It also looks very fun and different. So yeah, and also Sanctuary is also like a Sanctuary also is like a satin shade. So you have a lot of satin shades which are really, really pigmented. Just one swipe pigmentation on the eyelids, and also you can, I personally think I would use these eyeshadows in the crease. And then the foil shades and very pigmented shades, which are this silver and this gunmetal kind of shade, and then these two, the vestment and the green and the blue, and then the you know, the gold. They're all very, very good. And as I said, Absolution and Rapture, the top two shades, which are like more like a toppers. If you use like a dry brush, eyeshadow brush, you have to pack them on easily, 4 coats of these eyeshadows. Only then you'd get like a full opaque eyelid, fully opaque pigmentation if you use a brush dry. But still, I feel the pigment is not, it kind of looks muted. It doesn't look as pigmented as you see in the pan. But if you want this very rich pigmentation, and at the same time you want that glittery, fun, sparkly look, I highly recommend you wet your brush with water of a Max Fix Plus, anything, just to like, so that the sparkles and the pigment also adhere well. So yeah, all in all, and these two shades, there are 2 shades where they are mattes with shimmers incorporated in them. They are really good, guys. They work really well. And the mattes, and this Exodus shade, to be honest, it has shimmer in it. It's not like it's not matte. So yeah, those two are like kind of problem child for me. Problem children, right? Devil, which is like or matte orange, and the lime green, they kind of blended away. And Exorcism, though I did encounter slight blending issues, but otherwise, all in all, the palette is quite good. If you like these shades, I'd suggest you pick it up or wait for a sale, because it's still in stock. It's not like crazy sold out. So if you're really interested in colors, wait for a sale or something like that. What else? Now, I think the biggest problem with a lot of people was that the shades were kind of thrown around. Like, just this is a lot of people said this looks very chaotic. If you're someone who doesn't do a lot of, incorporates a lot of color in your eyeshadow look, you might be confused, to be honest. Yes, it might be confused, but personally, I like add a lot of colors here and there, and my look today looks, wait, I don't have a mirror. My look today kind of looks muted because I used a lot of shades on the Saint side, to be honest. I think the only shade that I used from the Sinner side is this lime green, and of course that is like a muted shade, so it doesn't really show up. But most of the shades that I used are from the Saint side, so that's why it looks very muted. In the inner corner and the outer corner, I have the shade Rosary, the pinkish red shade, and in the center I have Heaven, the silver shade, and in the outer corner I have this moss green Immaculate, and Exodus in the center of the crease, and then in the inner corner of the crease I have the shade Sacrament. This, so yeah, was a complicated look, but I was able to pick and choose colors. I just randomly just incorporated them, and they all kind of look good. So I'd say just you could broaden your horizon and just use mix and match colors, and I think they would come out good. So don't be afraid. If you're really interested in like trying out new colors, I think this is a good way to do it. And personally, for me, it's not an issue. I don't think it is like chaotically arranged at all, because I am used to like use like incorporating random shades in my eyeshadow look, not like perfectly arranged, not from a perfectly arranged eyeshadow palette. So yeah, I think this is a good palette with like a few misses, but most of the shades are really good. So that's it, you guys. Hope you found the video useful. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked watching it, and please subscribe.